My name is Lee and I will be interviewing you today. What we are doing, we're trying to analyze the process of language acquisition. So we're trying to figure out the methods that work, that help support the educational environment as people learn English. So we're trying to get insights and ideas that work from people who acquired the English language. We were looking for relationships. We want to show cognitive growth. We want to know how to do our jobs better. So we're going to use this information actually to share with other teachers, other people studying to be teachers, so that we can address critical questions, that we can be successful, not necessarily just teaching English, but even blending cultures and finding methods that we can do that with. So we are going to be recording, if that is okay. I'm not going to take notes as you do it. That's sometimes intimidating. So you are welcome if you have a different topic you want to talk about, or if something that I ask you don't feel like answering, or you would prefer not to talk about it, just let me know. That is totally fine. And if there's anything you're uncomfortable answering, you certainly do not have to. Any questions? No? Just to get started, tell me about yourself. First of all, what's your name?
My name is Malaka Kaur.
All right, excellent. And where were you born?
So I was born in Palestine. Actually, I was born in Jordan, but I'm originally from Palestine. My parents are from there, and I used to live in Saudi Arabia before I came here.
So who lives with you here now?
All my family, my parents, and I have 3 siblings.
Okay. And how long have you been here?
It's been 3 years and a half almost.
Okay. And did you come here to Fishers originally, or have you been other places for 3 years?
Yeah, no, we came straight to Fishers. It was my freshman year, and we mainly came here because we have relatives here. Like I have 2 uncles, and like we didn't really own anything before we came here, so it was like kind of start. Okay. And then we stayed here because like it's kind of a safe area, like a family calm area to live in.
Very nice, very nice. So, what was the reason that you came here? What brought you here?
Mainly opportunities, better education, better future.
Okay. Did you speak any English before you came?
Yeah, I took English when I was in kindergarten. Like I took the alphabet, I took some numbers, and then I took 2 more English classes in 4th and 6th grade. Okay. But yeah, that was it. It was like basic English, how to form a sentence, like the alphabet.
Would you say you had a pretty strong English background when you got here, or maybe not?
Well, on the like level of English that we had, like teaching there, I was really good at my class. I was like getting a lot of good grades in my English class. Okay.
Can you describe like a typical English class that you took before in your native country?
So some classes we had like in English, we would learn some grammar. Sometimes we would have like presentations. I remember in 6th grade, one time we had like a whole week where students get to teach the class about 1 lesson, and we would like prepare for it and have like a presentation.
Okay, that's nice. So you heard a lot of English.
Yeah.
You think throughout that, TV shows, things that you would hear. Were TV shows in English?
Yeah. So they would be in English, but then it would have Arabic subtitles.
Okay.
So I would kind of like hear the word and know what it means at the same time. So I think that really did help. And then I remember like the last 2 years before we came here, when I like actually found out that we were gonna come here, I would start watching TV shows and movies without the subtitles, and that really helped me get more English and learn more.
So you felt like that was an easier way to learn the English, to see both.
Yeah, and it's like fun, not just like sitting reading something, or just like sitting just like watching a learning video or something. It was like a TV show that I was just like
understand it.
Yeah.
Interested you, and you were, okay.
Hi, I'm Jameson Shuck. I'll be continuing here. So, Malik, you spent time in different countries. Which country did you spend the most time in before you came to the States?
So I used to live in Saudi Arabia. I used to go for vacations in Palestine and Jordan. So I would say Saudi Arabia is where I spent the most time.
Okay, all right. And your first language is Arabic, I assume. Okay. So how well would you say in your Arabic class in school? How well did you do there? How well were your first language skills?
It was good. Like grammar wise, it was kind of hard. Like Arabic is a hard language, but then like till today, I still speak Arabic at home. I speak Arabic to my like old friends, like in Saudi Arabia. Like I chat with them in Arabic, and yeah,
Okay. Would you say in a normal day you speak more Arabic or in English?
Arabic.
Okay. All right.
Like in a school day, I would speak English more, obviously. But then I also have Arabic friends here, and like when I see them, I'll speak Arabic to them.
Okay. All right. So, can you describe a little bit your journey to the United States? You talked a little bit about it before, but what was it like coming to the United States?
I first came here my freshman year of high school, and it was really scary. Like I came here, I came to the freshman orientation at school, and the school was really big, and I got lost like 3 times. And yeah, it was really scary. I came the first day, and I had Miss Dimo's second period, and then I found my classmates, some of them were originally from like Syria or Palestine, and they would speak Arabic. So there, I think I felt more comfort because like people understand what I'm going through.
Did you know anybody at the school before you came here that you met like before school or anything?
Before school, no, but then I met people here.
Okay. All right. And as far as language goes, how did you feel? You say you were a good student back home. How did you feel English-wise when you came here?
When I came here, they put me in the English ENL 1-2 class, and I think it was the same level as the regular English class there. So I was kind of getting the same education, like level wise. So it wasn't that hard for me, but then other classes were kind of hard. Because like in Saudi Arabia, we take other subjects in Arabic, and like the only subject we have like in English is like the English language.
Right. How did you feel just like not in class, just like, going to lunch or like, hanging out in the hallway when you weren't speaking with your Arabic speaking friends? How did you feel language wise? Did you feel comfortable or nervous or?
Not really. Like the first year, I think I didn't speak to anybody. I could read and write English, but then when it comes to speaking, I would like forget everything I know.
Yeah, that happens. So, was that what you had when you knew you were coming to the United States? Was it similar to what you thought it was going to be like, or was it easier, or was it more difficult, or how did it match your expectations?
I think it was easier than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be really hard. My mom was telling us that if we don't get like A's or B's the first year, it's gonna be okay, like we can make it up later. But then we were really surprised that like all of us got like straight A's. And yeah, it was easier than we thought it was gonna be.
Okay, that's good. So how was school here? How is it different than school in Saudi Arabia?
Here it's definitely bigger.
Yes.
Yeah, like the school is really big. My old school in Saudi Arabia had 300 students. That was it. The school was really small and it was all girls. So when I came here, it was definitely like a big change. It was very big. We had like a lot of different people, and there was a lot like more diversity. I think. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And did you mentioned you met a group of Arabic speaking friends. Did you have anybody else, like a teacher, a counselor, a specific student who maybe been here for a lot longer that that really helped you out, that really helped you kind of fit in a little bit better?
Yeah, I had one friend, I think sophomore year, I met her, and she was here like since 6th or 7th grade, so she knew more like English, and like she knew more about the school. She would like show me around, and yeah.
Okay. And what was it like? You said it was more difficult. What was it like to be in a class, like a biology class or a math class or, you know, a history class? What was it like for you to be there?
I think it was. I think that part was harder than I thought, because then like the stuff that I was learning, like I didn't even know the basics about before.
Mm-hmm.
So just like learning something in English for the first time was scary.
Mm-hmm. Was it more a problem? Was it more difficult, the content? Like, today we're going to talk about Abraham Lincoln, and you don't know who that is? Or was it more of
Yeah.
a language problem?
You know, it was more about like the content.
Okay, all right. So, language-wise, you felt pretty confident. You felt pretty good in in the classes.
Yeah, like Google Translator was my best friend.
Okay. All right. Snap and read. Did you use that? Yeah.
Yeah, but then it's still like it when I translate like a really big piece or like a big paragraph or something, it wouldn't really help as much as if I translate like one word and I try to understand
Exactly.
the word.
My
Like
Arabic
the
speaking
sentence.
students complain about that still.
Yeah.
So, what about the other students or your other teachers? How did they react to having somebody in their class who maybe won't get 100%, won't understand everything? How were other students and other teachers?
They were really helpful. Sometimes I would like go to a teacher, ask for help if I don't like understand something. I wouldn't like wait for them to like come and ask me.
That's good.
But they were really helpful. They would try like translate stuff for me, or they
Mhm.
would not give me less work to do, but try and make it as simple
Mm-hmm.
as they can, like simpler than like it would be for the class
Mhm.
in general.
Okay. And did you ever have to deal with any kind of like frustration? So like a teacher or maybe a group project and somebody's like, come on, like why don't you understand that? Did you ever have to deal with
No.
any like that?
No, I
No?
never had anything like that.
Okay, great, great. How long were you here before you felt like, yeah, this is, you know, I feel fine, I'm here? Where you stopped the anxiety, you know?
It was basically all freshman year, because like it was a new country, a new school, everybody was so new. I think my sophomore year I was starting to get more comfortable to the school and my teachers.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Hi, Malik. I'm Amy Simmons, and so we want to talk just a little bit more about some of the instructional practices that you had in your classrooms. So I know Jameson touched on it just a little bit with your first experiences in the classrooms and how it was going for you. Can you talk a little bit more about what percentage of your day was in general education, and what percentage did you feel like you were pulled out for extra intervention, or did you not have that?
I think I didn't have that. Like I wasn't used to like going to tutoring or anything for any classes. I think I was good, like just being in the class, paying attention to the teacher and like what they were saying. I think, yeah, like I didn't need to put as much extra time in it to
Okay.
understand this stuff.
That's good. And what additional instruction would you have liked from your teachers or classes?
I can't really think of something like on top of my head, but I think really the program did cover everything. Like the testing room was something really helpful, because like I would not finish the test on time.
Okay.
They would give me the time. I had the study hall. If I had a problem or something, Mrs. Dean was my English teacher, my E&L English teacher. She would like email the teachers or like ask them like what happened or
Okay. So getting extra time, access to a separate area to finish something that might take a little longer,
yeah.
and having teachers email your other teachers to make sure that you have what you need.
Yeah.
Those are all helpful. That's great. What would you say your experiences were in learning social language? So social language is just the conversations that you have with your peers.
What was that like when you got here, and what do you think your experience was like learning just social talk?
Yeah, when I got here, as I said before, my freshman year was really scary. I didn't talk to anybody. But then sophomore year was better because I had that friend that I talked about, and she had like other like friends that were not Arabic speaking, and I would just sit with them and like be there with them and like talk with them and like try my best.
Were there certain words or phrases that maybe you learned when you were here just socially that you might have picked up that you didn't know before?
Actually, I learn new English every day.
Okay.
Like I learn new words, new phrases. I don't think there's like one thing that like stands out to me the most, but I think I learn new English every day from my friends.
Okay. What about academic language? So that would be language when you're in a classroom and you're learning those vocabulary words that will help you with science, social studies. What was that like learning those words?
I think that was harder a little. I had to put some extra time there. I would translate the word, understand it maybe in Arabic before, and then like understand the meaning in English, like the sentence of the definition. I would understand that.
Okay, good. And so we touched a little bit about your interactions with peers and instructors. Do you feel like your instructors were really able to help you when you did struggle with some of that academic language learning that you needed?
Yeah, if I really like struggled with something, they would give me extra time to finish it. Yeah, like they were really helpful. They wouldn't like just get frustrated with me or anything like that.
Okay, so now that you've been in this country for 4 years, is that right?
Yeah,
About 4 years, almost 4 years. If you're comfortable, can you tell me about how you feel that you have assimilated to the new culture? Describe that.
I think I don't really know. Like I kind of know the culture better. Like before, maybe when we thought about America, we thought of like hamburgers and hot dogs. You know. Now I feel like I'm more involved in it.
Good. Are you feeling that you're fitting in a little bit more with the culture here?
Yeah, like last year, my junior year, I joined a lot of clubs to try and fit in better, and it really helped me meet more people and like especially more people from like different countries because they know what I'm going through.
Absolutely. So do you feel like you have a strong sense of identity with both cultures?
Yeah.
With your native culture still, I mean, being away from your homeland for that long,
Yeah,
do you still
no.
feel like you have a strong sense of identity?
Yeah, like at home, we talk Arabic, we eat Arabic food. Like on religious holidays, we like celebrate those. So it still feels like we still have the same kind of stuff that we do.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Do you feel like the learning environment here at Fishers High School helps to contribute to get a sense of identity?
Yes, I think Fishers High School is really big and it has a lot of diversity, which really helps like fitting in because like even if you're different, like it doesn't have to be the typical same people. Like it's all different, so you don't really feel like left out of anything.
Good. Are you still able to develop your first language? I know you speak Arabic at home still, but are you able to develop it still?
I don't know, cause like I'm not really like taking any classes or anything, but I feel like if I like saw a word that I don't know or anything, I would like look it up or ask my parents. So yeah, I think so.
Do you read any books at home in Arabic?
I tried one time renting an Arabic book from the library, but then like I started reading it and it was interesting, but then I didn't have the time to finish it. But like I would say, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What do you enjoy most about school or learning English?
I think my international friends. I call them my international friends because they're like my best friend is Ukrainian, and it's really cool because like she learns a lot of like new stuff about my culture, and I like do the same for her culture. and it's just really cool to see all these people that are like going the same as you're going.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for meeting with us today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.